Okay. So I got a wonderful opportunity to photograph a new studio from 719 Studios here in Los Angeles, their new Terra Loft that they opened in downtown LA. And they gave me the freedom to have a little bit of free range and play around in the studio and just provide them with some images, trying to use the studio in a different way. The studio is a natural light studio. It's got wonderful windows, lots of light coming through. Once that evening hits, it's a little bit less light, but also there's some deep corners and all. And so with my studio setup and my kind of use of color, they felt that I would be a kind of good addition to give a test run. And I wanted none other than to play with Paige Woolen, Paige Uncaged. She is awesome. I met her when I moved to Los Angeles, and you're not gonna find anybody who has more radiant energy, more humor, and she's very funny. And also, she just really knows how to engage a camera and really connect. And every time that I've worked with her, the first time was beauty, and the second time was like another beauty, and this time was with fashion, and I wanted to give her a little bit more room to play. But I felt like it would be wonderful to connect with her again. So, got the team together. That's going to be Cassie on the makeup. It's going to be Maciel for hair. The duo are, I don't have the words to say, but they had a wonderful time, and there was a lot of laughter coming from the room. I knew that going into the studio, it has this beautiful kind of ivory look to everything, and it's wonderful tones. I wanted this session to be pop. I wanted it to be contrast. I wanted everything to have color so that it really took over the space. So we had 3 outfits that we went into. The first outfit was this dress that was kind of green tropical. It had some bluish tones in it. The second was a red dress, and I'm talking like classic solid red, vibrant, bright. That against the tones, mwah. And then third was a white dress. Now, the reason I wanted a white dress was because I wanted to have some actual color element, and I wanted something that would absorb it, but also kind of play around as well, still stand out. So we started off with the green dress. We did it in a couple of areas, as you'll see in the footage here. I was using one large beauty dish, slightly 45 above, kind of filling up the area. As the night went on, I wanted to then add in secondary lights. But the biggest thing was just trying to get a nice gradation and get it to pop. These are the images. Then came the red dress. I like the challenge of this because I wanted it to have kind of a Vanity Fair, Hollywood Reporter, kind of look from the side. And so I was using the light, again, same light, large beauty dish, using it at an angle and kind of crossing through to cut the shadows, also to give her some contrast on the face. These are what the images look like. And then came the white. Now for the white, we had 2 different ways that we wanted to go about it. We had the white suit, and we had the white dress, and I knew I wanted it to have some tones. So I took one bare bulb flash with a 7-inch reflector, and I put a teal gel on it and put that right up against the corner and bounced it against the wall. Now, because there's the same tones all around, it bounced off that wall, filled up the light, and then that's where I was able to get that nice wash of color. Then I added in another light strip just to bring a little bit of coloration to her, and that's where we get this image. We reverse to the other side of the room, white dress now, steps, and I take that same color, leave it on, add a second color. Now comes the hard part of I've got 3 lights. I have one with the teal, I have one with the pinkish. I've got my main large beauty dish feathered off, allowing us to get that tone of her so that we can actually break it up a little bit. The wonderful thing about the studio is that it has controllable RGB on both sides of the wall that are controlled by remote. And so I was able to dial in the numbers, expose for the ambient light, and then build off of it, which meant that that tone was added in and able to embody a little bit more, as you can see. This was really just a exercise in just playing around and being able to just try and show something that had a feeling of architecture as well as a feeling of elegance. I love what Paige brought to the images. I love how they look. I love how the final result came out. Just wanted to share it. Hope that you have a wonderful day, that you're out there creating. Till next time.